Hi everyone. Well, we're back again, and this is going to be part two of how to manifest your twin flame made easy, if I can put it that way. And before we kind of get into it, I would just like to make mention that if you've just come to this video now and it's the first time and you haven't viewed the first one, I would suggest that you not do the meditation I'm going to do in this particular video until you go back and do the other one and do the two exercises that I have suggested in that particular video. All right, this is, as I said, manifesting your twin flame made easy, and just a quick little review here of a couple of points, and that is the twin flame connection, the most popular name going around these days, is now available to everyone on the planet due to the many successful twin flame unions that have come into play that I'm aware of, that have downloaded their experience into the collective, so to speak, and with the few hundred sets of original twin flame that made it possible, this has now become the gift that is available to everyone on the planet, excuse me, more or less. So now the process of connecting with your twin flame would kind of have broken down the old molds and the old rules and the old agendas and the old patterns and programs that have been following, and it should become easier if people now have understood that it's an individual journey, first of all, of making yourself whole and dealing with some situations. And just as a quick review, I want to remind people again, in the first video here, I suggested you do a meditation where you take a look at, instead of putting out there what you would like to see the other person be like, that would come to you with all of the appropriate good things, that you do that for yourself and find out just what you had to offer in a twin flame union. And if your two sheets didn't balance out, then you needed to do some work. And if you are watching the video, this one in particular, and you feel that you've done the two exercises and you feel as though you've reached a state of balance and equilibrium at a personal level, and only you would know that, I can't do that for you, then obviously you're ready to do this particular video. So at this time, what I'm going to do is we're going to do this in the form of a meditation again. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going into a little bit of an altered state. I think a few of you probably felt or saw me do that in the first video that I did. And I'm going to make that connection with a great number of you out there and hopefully assist you in drawing toward you, if you're in union with yourself, that appropriate person that's going to vibrate with you. Now, to say that this would happen of its own, yes, it may happen of its own. The problem with it is the stability of the union that you achieve may or may not on any given day be in the right frequency or the right mode. So the meditation that we're going to do today is something that you may have to repeat quite a few times. And what I mean by repeat is you may have to do this. Again, I'm going to recommend you do this meditation about 5 minutes a day, and again for a period of 2 weeks. and then simply let it go. And then if you don't feel as though that you've achieved that balance, or it doesn't kind of resonate with you what's happening, then simply go back and repeat the pattern all over again. Okay. So what we're going to do is this. I'm simply going to kind of go into it. You can follow along, and we'll take it from there and see how it goes. All right. We're going to begin with that nice, relaxed breathing exercise. Inhaling into the nostrils, exhaling gently through the mouth, and do that 3 times. 1 for body, 1 for mind, and 1 for spirit. And once you're finished, just allow yourself to breathe in a rhythmic and gentle fashion. Now, taking your focus and attention down to that spot in the center of your chest, where you know the heart center chakra is. And again, I would like you to see the heart center chakra represented by the sun. The sun being the creative source energy that gives life to everything on the planet. It's a symbol that everybody can relate to and everyone can connect to. The beauty of this meditation is as follows. As we have perhaps a few dozen or perhaps a few hundred people probably doing this meditation, relatively speaking, at the same time, what you have done and created, as we all reach a certain vibration and we're there equally at the same time. If you were doing this by yourself, you are then multiplying it by every person that is doing this meditation together as we're doing it, and we form a group consciousness or a group thought. And what happens is all of the experiences that we've had in the first meditation, the balancing, the cleansing, the bringing together of the masculine and feminine, can all be projected into this particular meditation as we continue. This is why I recommend, if you have not done the first 2 exercises in the first meditation, do so before you begin this one. Now, focusing your attention again just for a moment in the middle of the sun ball, I would like you to see again yourself as your masculine, feminine essence, standing side by side. Now, quickly see those 2 aspects of yourself slide, meld, merge together and become one. Sliding, melding, merging, blending, becoming one. Now, as that takes place and you can feel it within your body, feel the vibration, the energy of the sun ball beginning to radiate and permeate all around you, as if the energy of you is beginning to expand outward, everywhere, all around you at this particular point. Feel yourself growing larger. Feel yourself getting taller. Feel yourself and look at yourself as if you are losing your sense of being male or female. See yourself as what's commonly known as an androgynous being, neither male nor female, completely balanced within self, taking neither the masculine or the feminine side in any way as dominant. Now, look at yourself. You won't recognize yourself because you don't look like a person anymore. You have no form in 3-dimensional reality. You have no humanity in any form because you're an energetic being. Now, radiating vibrating your true frequency, your true identity, your true vibration. See in the sun ball, walking toward you, another who looks just like you, who looks just like you, neither masculine, neither feminine, and probably faceless, only a humanoid form with a complete flow of energetic presence around it, similar to or compatible to your own. Now, as the two of you begin to approach each other slowly from one side to the other, see the energy of you and the energy of the other beginning to radiate towards each other like tentacles of energy, reaching out towards each other and actually touching and connecting with each other. And as this takes place, slowly and gently, you begin to pull each other towards each other at an equal pace. Slowly and gently, the two androgynous energy forms begin to meld, merge, and become one. And at this point, you are in union with another of your own kind at the highest vibration. Now, as you vibrate as one, without form or shape, neither male nor female, now let's give it form. Lower the frequency, feel the energy beginning to tame down. Feel the vibrant, pulsating energy radiating from you in oneness as an androgynous being, beginning to lessen. The light begins to dim a little, and you begin to see form and shape taking place. And you see two people now beginning to show up in the sunball. One is man, one is woman. And that form represents in three-dimensional reality the connection in what is commonly known as a relationship in three-dimensional form. But now it's different. It was not created in three-dimensional reality. It was created in the higher dimension at an androgynous level in balance of masculine and feminine, and now brought into form. Now the picture of the two of you, and this can also be the same in application for same-sex partners. It would just be a different picture. So now the male and the female begin to be able to identify. They begin to see facial features in each other. And then they begin to manifest and reach out their hands to each other. And they connect both of their hands together to feel that template of humanity, physical embodiment, taking form in the sunball. And at this point, I would like you now to simply let go of the image that you hold in the sunball and return to full waking consciousness by taking one deep breath, inhaling in through the nostrils, exhaling gently through the mouth, and return to full physical awakening. Now, at this point, what I'm going to ask you to do, again, is remember, when you're looking towards the twin flame connection, please remember this. The connection begins at the soul level, for lack of a better term. It begins at the highest vibrational connection. And focusing through source, and in this meditation, I represented it by the use of the sun and the sun ball with a symbol that's simple. I recommend again that you do this exercise for a period of 2 weeks, please, and I emphasize this part, please pick the same time every day. All you need to do is to do it for 5 minutes. If you need to change it around a little bit to suit your taste or whatever, please do so. You'll notice again, there was no music, only a short interference from the cat wanting to get out, which they usually do. And when I forget to put them out of the room, I do apologize for that. And no distractions when you're doing it. The reason that I say this is because we have reached a point now where our mental bodies are now coming to the point where they can be used constructively, where they're not dictated so much by the emotional body in this particular situation, because most people have reached a point where the emotional body has gone through a cleansing and a purging and has become somewhat of a spiritually mature individual now manifesting, all right? So 5 minutes every day, please, the same time, because you're making a sacred appointment with yourself. If you think that this meditation can manifest in the form of a twin flame, it will. If you think that 5 minutes time is not important, then it won't work. If you think that you can't make the time, sometime during the day, a special 5-minute session for you and all of you to do this exercise. When doing this exercise, also you can expect something else. Because you're learning to use source via the heart center, which is the intention for all of us at some time, you'll also know, besides manifesting a twin flame connection, which so many of you think is so important, you will also start manifesting things that are required or needed in your particular life to bring you balance and happiness and well-being at all levels. So take the exercise seriously, and I so enjoyed doing it for you here, with the exception of the cat. I can't believe it. All right, was in the meditation, I could actually hear the cat, and I'm saying, where's the cat coming from? I thought she was in the other side of the house. Anyways, minor detail, just goes to show you I'm not perfect. I forget things also. In any case, everyone, have a great day. Again, if you like the meditation, hey, you don't have to go to a workshop. And by the way, you didn't see me on either one of these 2 videos manifesting your twin flame, holding a book in my hand and trying to sell you a book. You didn't see me trying to sell you a webinar or a workshop or this routine I've seen, subscribe, 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 okay, kind of thing. What you get is me, Nicole in the background in most cases, and you get good information, concrete information, clear information, and you got it from my heart to yours. Love you all dearly. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the journey.